Okay, this is a short tutorial on worksheet 112 for solving the x and y intercept. Okay, so over here you see we have a graph. Okay, and you will see over here, this are the description or how you know what the x and the y intercepts are. For example, the x-intercept is where the line, now remember, this is the line, okay? This is the line. These are axis, okay? And when we talk about the line, this is what we're talking about, okay? So x-intercept is where the line intersects. Intersects means it crosses, okay? The x-axis. And we know the x-axis goes left and right, okay? So in this example, this is the x-intercept because the line crosses the x-axis at that point, okay? Now at that point, we know it's -3 because it's -1, -2, -3, -3. But what is the y value? Since the point is on the x-axis, that means y is equal to 0. Okay? So when we talk about the x-intercept, y immediately you know is equal to 0. No doubt. It is 0. And then you need to write it as coordinate points. Okay? So this is -3. This point is located in -3, 0. So you write it this way. Remember, the x value is first, followed by the y value. So x and then y, okay? Now, how about the y-intercept? So y-intercept is where the line, okay, is where the line intersects with the y-axis. Now, we know the y-axis goes up and down, okay? So this is the y-intercept. And in this example, the y-intercept is -1, -2, -3. So and if the point is on the line, is on the y-axis, that means x is equal to 0. That's why the coordinate points are 0 and -3. So if you notice, the value of x, when we talk about the y-intercept, x is equal to 0. So that's why the coordinate points are written this way. X is always equal to 0 when we are looking for the y-intercept. Okay, so if you look here, x-intercept where the line intersects the x-axis. Y-intercept is where the line intersects the y-axis. Okay, x-intercept, the value of y is 0. Y-intercept, the value of x is 0. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so let's look for the x and y intercept in this graph. So remember our table, okay? So we know the x-intercept is where the line, and once again, this is the line, intersects the x-axis, okay? So we know this is the x-axis. Remember that. X-axis goes left and right, y-axis goes up and down, okay? So this is where the line intersects the x-axis, and it happens right here. So let me put a point there. Okay, and what else do we know? We know that the x-intercept is when the line intersects the x-axis. So we did that already. And we know that the x-intercept, y has a value of 0. Okay, and so we now need to write the coordinate points of this. So this will be 2 and 0. Remember, x is first, y is second. Okay, now let's look for the y-intercept. So we know it is where the line intersects the y-axis. So that one happens right here. Okay, so it happens right here where the line intersects the y-axis. Now we know that when we're looking for the y-intercept, x is 0. So this point is written as, okay, 0, 4, because x comes before y. Okay, So how do we write the x-intercept for this problem? The x-intercept, okay, intercept is 2, 0, and the y-intercept is 0, 4. Okay? If there's no graph, you can use the linear equation. Okay. So, remember this. Okay? These are our clues. So, this is our linear equation. Okay? And remember, from our past lessons, we know the y-intercept is very easy to look for in the linear equation. It's the constant. Y-intercept is equal to the constant. However, okay, let me just put there 12. However, I want to prove it by algebraic equation, by algebraic calculations, that y is equal to 12. Okay, so what do we know about y-intercept? Okay, so let me just put the equation here. Y is equal to 2x plus 12. What do we know about the y-intercept? We know when we talk about the y-intercept, the value of x is 0. Okay, remember that. So how can we solve for y when you have two variables there? Go back. We know that when we're looking for y-intercept, x is 0. Okay, so all you need to do is to replace x with 0. So that's y equals 0 plus 12. Y is equal to 12. And that is the reason why the y-intercept and the constant are equal. Okay? Because when you're looking for y-intercept, x is equal to 0. So now we're done with that. Let's look for the x-intercept. And we do the same thing. Okay? Copy the equation, equals 2x plus 12. Now, let's look at the clues over here. We know when we talk about the x-intercept, we know y is equal to 0. So let us now replace y with 0. Okay? Because we know when looking for the x-intercept, y is equal to 0. Equals 2x plus 12 minus 12 minus 12. Negative 12 is equal to 2x divided by 2 divided by 2. X is equal to negative 6. Okay, so we know now that the x-intercept, okay, of this equation is negative 6. So now let's write our answer as coordinate points. Okay, so y-intercept is what? Remember, y-intercept, x is equal to 0 and 12. And the x-intercept, okay, now remember, x-intercept is negative 6. And what is y? Y is equal to 0. So this is how you should write your final answer. Y-intercept has coordinate points 0, 12. X-intercept has coordinate points negative 6 and 0. Okay? So hopefully this will help you solve the problems in this worksheet. Okay, bye-bye.